Doing today?
Doing good. How are you?
Getting off to a good start as a transfer. Did you have that in your mind? Is that something that you're focusing on going in, or what's your mindset going into your first few games with the new team?
Yeah, I mean, honestly, I'm just focused on helping the team any way possible, whether that's catching, playing outfield. Honestly, just helping the team to win as many ball games as possible. That's my goal.
And I know coming in, there was thought you would catch some, catching a little bit more outfield. Are you more at ease one or the other, or what do you think your strengths are at each position?
Yeah, I feel like my arm strength plays at both pretty well. I feel like my athletic ability plays at both pretty well. Um, but yeah, I mean, I feel like I'd rather catch, but obviously I'm willing to do anything to help the team win. So if that's playing outfield 3 games, like I'm totally willing to do that.
Anybody else with questions? Use the hand raise. Bob, hopefully you can go. Greg, if you want to go, you can go.
Uh, Matt, it looked like you spent a little bit of time hitting leadoff at Ohio State and bounced around in the order a lot. Just kind of curious how your mindset changes. I know you hit in the leadoff spot all 3 games this weekend. So just your approach there as opposed to maybe hitting in the middle or other parts of the lineup. How does it differ?
Yeah, I batted fifth in all 3 games. So, but you were right, I did bat leadoff a couple times at Ohio State. But I feel comfortable pretty much anywhere in the lineup.
I'll just explain that for the box score. If you look at the box scores online, it's listing it numerically, so that's why number 0 is at the top. So you have like a PDF. It's kind of weird. But then Bob, if you want to go.
Yeah. Hey, Matt, the catching part of this. How did you get into that originally? And do you see yourself professionally? And do you think that takes away from your offense at all?
Can you say that one more time? I'm sorry.
Yeah. How'd you get into the catching originally? Uh, do you see it as possibly taking away from your offense? And do you see yourself playing professionally as a catcher?
Yeah, obviously that's the goal, the end goal to play professionally, and preferably as a catcher. As far as the offense goes and how it impacts, how catching impacts my offense, I like to look at it as 2 different parts of my game where, when I go out on defense, whether I had a good or bad at bat, just forget about it and focus on, catching the pitcher and helping the defense because as a catcher, you kind of have to command the defense at all times and have a be pretty level-headed back there. Can't get too high, can't get too low.
Spencer, we'll go to you.
Hey Matt. There's quite a few transfers on the team. How are you gelling with the rest of the team so far in your first couple of days? And is it kind of nice knowing that you're not the only new guy on the block?
Yeah, yeah. I found out pretty quick in the fall that I wasn't. We had a lot of transfers and new guys. But yeah, I've gelled well. Like this is probably the closest team I've been with in my 4 years in college, and we kind of gelled pretty fast in the fall, which I think is going to help to success on the field.
Kevin, we'll go back to you.
And expanding on that a little bit, getting to know the pitchers. Obviously, that's huge for, working through each game. A lot of you are new, a lot of new pitchers coming in, and obviously you didn't know anybody here. What are the things you focus on to get, most comfortable with them, finding out what makes them tick, how you handle them during a game?
Yeah, I think just catching, the coaches do a really good job of having me catch a lot of the bullpens, when, on like Monday or Tuesday, just to get a feel for their pitches and stuff like that, but also getting to know them on a personal level. And because every guy is different out there. Some guys need to be, you know, you need to be stern with and tell them like, let's go. But there's also guys who need the opposite approach. Maybe like crack a joke or something, get them to loosen up.
Greg, we'll go back to you.
Matt, what do you remember about last year's game against West Virginia when you were at OSU? And was there anything that stood out about the Mountaineer program to you?
Yeah. I remember Armani Guzman robbing a home run and doubling us up at first. Um, But no, yeah, I mean, I played when I was at Ohio State, I played West Virginia my sophomore year in a three-game series in Morgantown, and we played them last year in Columbus, one game. But when I came here my sophomore year, I kind of thought this was a very special place, and like it was really cool atmosphere to play in.
Greg, or you have another question, or just, or if not, we'll go to Mike. We'll go to Mike.
Hey, Matthew, how's it going?
Good, good.
A question for you. Your first couple of years at Ohio State, good slugging, good average, all that stuff, but the power really jumped up last year. I think more homers last year than your first 2 years, and two already this year. I don't want to jinx you, but I don't know where'd that come from. Does it just experience? Do you get stronger? How does a guy acquire that and then keep it going the latter half of his career?
Yeah, to start my like college career, I was pretty light. I would say I was like 180, which is kind of light because I'm like 205 now. And so I think just putting on strength and putting on weight, like good muscle weight, I think that translates to more power in the game. And I feel like a strong part of my game is bat speed. I think I have pretty good bat speed, and those two combined, I think just equal a lot of power. And I think just it kind of showcased throughout the end of my college career, or like the later part of my college career.
And then how would you say your eye is as a batter? Because catchers sometimes it can be good or bad. You know the strike zone really well, and sometimes you know it too well, and you're maybe too strict on it. But you've had good walk numbers throughout your career. Um,
Yeah, yeah. I've also made that an emphasis on the strikeout to walk ratio. Because my freshman year I had it wasn't very good, and then my sophomore year it was a lot better, and then last year it was um, um, kind of similar to my sophomore year. So I think just emphasizing on keeping an eye on how much I walked, how much I strike out. I think just keeping those numbers pretty close. I think that also equals to being successful as a hitter.
Anything about being a catcher? Is it good? Is it bad? Is it somewhere in the middle about knowing the strike zone and just being familiar with where it might be called and what you should and shouldn't swing at?
Yeah, 100%. I think just getting to know the umpire as well and knowing his zone. I mean, every umpire's zone is a little different, so I think that definitely helps as a catcher.
Chris, we'll go to you.
Hey Matt, I think I saw some of the guys on the team referring to you as Gravy Train. Is this a nickname that you condone? Did you bring it from Ohio State? Is this something new?
Yeah, I've been called a lot of different things. Gravy train. I think this team just calls me. There's a few guys on this team who call me something else, which it doesn't. I don't really care what I'm called. Either gravy train, doesn't really matter.